Okay, let's see.
John.
There we go.
Oh no, I forgot my hat.
Yeah, dang it. Should have brought you one.
I didn't know this was hat required.
There you go.
That's perfect.
Do you have Tacoma
We're all
Burger Club?
hiding our baldness.
I'm not bald.
So Adam, we'll go around. We got Brian from All American, Brandon from All American, and Adam from Tacoma Comedy Club, aka Tacoma Burger Company, aka Grit City Breakfast.
Yeah.
Anything else that we're missing?
AKA the dopest not hat wearer around.
There you go. So, man, my wife and I went to the last, I think, live show that you all had with Pauly Shore there at the Comedy Club.
Pauly Shore shut a lot of things down, but I didn't think we'd be one of them.
Purely his fault. So I was reading, you had some of those articles in the News Tribune, like you guys were, like everybody, shut down initially, right? And then eventually allowed to reopen, and then shut back down, and then rebranded to the Burger Company, and then now we're shut down again. So what a roller coaster, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of like your love life, right? When you like first meet your wife, you know, like things are going good, and then you're just like, then you get engaged, and you're like, oh yeah, and then it's like, and you get married, oh yeah, and I was like, like that's the best way to connect it. We got to open in July because they said restaurants could open, and we, according to every document in the world, are a restaurant. And then they were like, and so they said that no live entertainment. I'm referring to our governor as like the minister in Footloose, you know, where he's like, no one can have fun in this town.
Yeah, good on Uncle Jay.
Yeah, and so we all of a sudden like had to shut down on like no like it came in like the Thursday on Pauly Shore, and I was like, Louise is in town, like we're gonna do these shows. And and then it makes no sense to me. I mean,
so if because you guys didn't change your spot, like, so if you have people in there eating food and there's just someone that's 40 feet away up on a stage, how is anyone else more likely to get COVID because of that? Whether if that person wasn't on stage.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Is it gonna come from the speakers? Is that what it is?
Yeah, COVID does come through speakers.
Okay.
And then when you laugh out loud, you're sucking COVID into your lungs. It's a small known fact. It doesn't make any sense. The funny thing is, we literally went from being open like 7 hour. Oh, my daughter's here.
Hey.
Hi.
Close the door. Now I have
What did you rebrand her to?
Well, can you say hello?
Hi, buddy.
She like quick side story. So when we were closed, like it was like raining out and COVID and everything shut down. And so I'm taking my kids there to like somewhere to play that's not in my house. So they're like running up and down the aisles and stuff. So then we reopened as a restaurant, and I bring them there, and they're like, oh, this is the place where we just run everywhere. And so there's like people eating, and they're on stage singing Moana, and like had candles lit, and she's blowing them out at everyone's table. This is the worst service of all time.
Jeez.
But yeah, we went from being open 5 hours a week or 5 hours a night, 25 hours a week, maybe. So now we're open like 90 hours a week. So we increased our service. We increased the amount of people that are coming in. Like that's so counterproductive to the law in the first place, but it's just that weird fine line.
Well, I read you, I don't know if you actually proposed this or if it was just in the article that we read. You were like, we'll put freaking plexiglass on the stage. Every table will have plexiglass and still nothing, right?
I imagine this weird world where every table had like everyone sat at their tables and we just dropped this like giant thing like over everyone or something. Like that can't happen. But like we could have put plexiglass on the stage. The comedians could have worn masks.
Yeah.
Like The idea is no live comedy or no live entertainment in order to deter public gatherings. But when restaurants are okay and we have the same policy as all of those things, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like you can't. There's definitely nights that, no offense to any of them, but Anthony's or Duke's or whatever are going to have more people in the building than my comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to say that like open mic was fine because there's no way that's considered entertainment. So like anything, any loophole we could get.
Well, I guess maybe at the risk of being inappropriate, but there was somebody just recently posted, like literally it was a recommendation from the King County Health Department, people asking how to hook up during COVID. And they literally recommended getting shower curtains and cutting a glory hole. And it just made me think like these people are just making this stuff up as they go. So
Did they print my diary? See, that's unethical. King County, I don't even live in King County. They can't. Not cool.
Yeah.
It's here's my favorite thing of this is like going back now, but we didn't do this interview in April, so I have to say it now. How 2 years ago was marijuana illegal and now it's essential? Like right. Marijuana didn't close down for a second.
Yep. Yeah,
taxes, bro.
Yeah.
Apparently my booze tax is not enough compared to the kucha.
The comedians don't have a lobby, right? So let's talk about the products. Let's talk about the good. When you were all able to reopen, we actually met at Tacoma Burger Company. Burgers were delicious. Drinks were great. Mm-hmm. Those are all still available, right?
Yes, everything's available.
That is one positive thing of COVID, I guess, is we're able to take drinks. You can now get drinks to go at restaurants.
Yeah, that's one rule that like the state like allowed is alcohol can you hear the fanning in the background?
Yeah.
I'm being fanned by photos.
Perfect.
Can you go watch Moana?
Peppa Pig?
I'm such a good parent. See, this is it's like all of a sudden your kids are being like going to end up being like homeschooled by alcoholics. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to be good. Here, take this to your bedroom.
Higher, just maybe it's elevated now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sorry, what was the question?
Well, we were reading something. Brandon and I were reading something on Facebook. It was. It's nice how now instead of being a lazy piece of crap, for always eating out, it's now supporting local businesses.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good point. Like, hey, you're not an alcoholic from drinking at home. You care about the community. Not a ton of my alcohol consumption went way up during COVID. Like in the beginning, we're like, we're gonna be closed for 3 weeks. We can drink every day, and then 7 months later, we're like, should we stop drinking every day? Like at the point that like we're considering starting a blog comparing which boxed wine we preferred more, you know what I mean? Like, like oh, the black box Merlot goes so good with Lunchables, you know what I mean? Like it's just
well, and the home ec for your kids is learning how to mix drinks, right?
We have had a couple of moments that my wife will probably never watch this. It's fine. Where like my daughter all of a sudden like I got like cans of like Shasta or whatever, and she goes, oh, colorful White Claws. And I was like, you shouldn't think every can is a White Claw. Like that's not the worst. I had a glass of water on the counter and she went to grab it and she goes, Dad, is that just regular water? Like, you know what I mean? Like a 3-year-old shouldn't recognize that there's baby. So I was like, it's time to come back. It's time to, drink my vodka out of a coffee cup like a normal adult. You know what I mean?
There you go.
That's what Yetis are for.
Or out of an orange Gatorade bottle, whatever it's going to be.
So the burger.
Looking at you, Brandon. Looking at you.
Right over your shoulder.
He doesn't even wrong shoulder, Brandon. Brandon's got his tech vest on. He has no idea what's going on.
when you started the burger company, you added some burgers, right? I mean, you had a few burgers on the menu for the comedy club, right? But added a few.
Yeah. So we I mean, the problem is that, like, we have to cook food for 250, 275 people at a time. And so the menu is so condensed. I think we had like 2 burgers at the time we closed. And so what we did is we went back over the 10 years we were open. We grabbed a couple other burgers that we had over time, and then found other things. So now we have, I think 10 or 11 burgers that are on the menu. Nice. We have like some unique stuff, like one with like cheese curds on it, and
Wisconsin or something.
Wisconsin, yeah. It's good, yeah. It's actually guaranteed to kill you faster than COVID if you eat enough of those burgers. So,
have you guys
working on getting the FDA to confirm that?
Have you looked into, because apparently we can eat inside as long as the inside is outside, right? With the tents. Have you guys looked into putting the tents outside?
As long as it's sealed off.
We should put a tent inside.
Because we don't open the doors.
What's that?
Open the door and then open the doors.
Then open it. Oh yeah. So right when you open the door, you walk into a tent.
You walk out.
Like, you can get burgers over there, buy used cars over there.
Yeah. Like, and your back door and your front door are open. You're open air.
Yeah. See, that's not bad. No, we don't have we're in downtown Tacoma. We have like a tiny sidewalk. And so honestly, if we set up a tent in downtown Tacoma, people would think it was a plasma drive. They're not going to think it's a restaurant. They're like, oh, look at that outdoor methadone clinic.
So, speaking of plasma donations, where'd you get the idea for the breakfast burritos? It's dumb. My wife and I have this deal that I take care of the kids until 10 a.m. from whatever time they wake up. And then she's responsible for making sure they live, so I can get my words out and stuff. And so I've learned if I wake her up with a little food and some coffee, the day's gonna be great. And so I started making breakfast burritos, and then I was like, I kept ruining potatoes, and then I was like, what about tater tots? And so I made her breakfast burritos with tater tots, and she became like obsessed with them. And then I was like, we should sell this shit. Sorry, can I swear? It's the internet, right? Yeah. And we're live, right?
It's cool. We're just live on. I don't even know the
every platform. Every platform.
All the platforms. Hello, platforms. Live on Grindr. Welcome. You did say we're open on the front side and the back side. Did you not just say that like 2 seconds ago? So. Brandon,
I like how that was the first platform you thought of, but no judgment there.
It was just because I was on it. That's the only reason.
I've heard.
So we decided to do breakfast burritos, and then I was like, I want to make them like big and delicious, and no joke, I gain weight pretty easily, but so from middle of August we started the burger company. And then our Spokane club, we started a pizza and milkshake place. And then we just started this breakfast place. So I taste tested everything to make sure it was good. And sometimes a couple of times, you know what I mean? And then we had pictures of the food. So we made the food take pictures. And I was like, I'm not going to look. I have gained since the middle of August, 23 pounds. That's it's not even a joke. 23 pounds and just making sure the food's, that's how committed I am to making sure.
That's great work.
Yeah, I'm killing myself for you guys. Some say hero. I think that's not enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's delicious. So we get it.
Have you guys had burritos yet?
Mm-hmm.
I've had. Yep.
Yeah.
What is Michael Scott?
If you guys go down and you mention this podcast, you guys can get free burritos.
That's what we're gonna do 3 times.
Yeah, 11 times each.
So so that's the deal. So it's Grit City Breakfast, which is in the shell we all have come to know and love as Tacoma Comedy Club, right? And if there ever does a tent erect out there, it's not for plasma or methadone; it's for burritos
or inside.
Right?
I mean, just to use the word erect, I think that you've now convinced me. Like, why do you want a tent? Because erection.
Direction. Can we
On
bring
Grindr.
if we bring our own tents, can we hang out inside?
Yeah, sure. Then I think we're just a homeless camp at that point.
That's legal.
But we'll mention the podcast.
Outdoor dining is
burritos and
allowed.
free camping.
Outdoor dining is allowed, and tent dining is allowed. Like the Moctezuma's by my house just set up another tent. Like they had one big one, and I was driving by the other day, and they're getting another. Like they have tents now that are larger than their inside area.
Yeah.
And like
But you can't get COVID inside. You can't get it inside.
I don't understand. Like, you know, there's got to be a hilarious metaphor that if I would have thought of before this, I would have said it right now. But it's not coming to me quickly, and so I'm just killing time.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a group of people in Olympia that's just like, let's see what we can make them do? It's 27 degrees outside. Tents. Let's do that.
Well, that's the thing. Inslee tries to sound like a great guy when he goes, but outdoor dining totally fine. We're like, it's December, motherfucker.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Like that,
You'll
like
get COVID, but you'll get the flu.
Like, sure, that's polite. You know what I mean? But like, pretty soon he's gonna be like, listen, you can have Thanksgiving dinner. You have to be in a storage cooler.
Yeah,
that's the only option. Invite your grandma over, but leave her there. She's gonna end up there soon enough. That's like basically what he's saying.
So
here's what I think. I do understand. I understand that like theoretical concern is hospitals get overwhelmed and people that are saying like, and then I also understand a lot of people live their own lives, right? Let people do what they want to do. And then people go, well, people who do what they want to do, if they need the hospital, they're going to use it. So like, I don't know. I think maybe if you want, make a commitment that like, hey, I'm going to go, these are the boundaries I'm going to cross. And if that means I don't get priority hospital care, then that's something I'm accepting, you know, not saying that if there's space, you won't take care of me, but I'm volunteering somebody else to go ahead, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like on the, you know, on the Titanic, they sent like the women and children first, you know, make the same thing in hospitals. Like, hey, Adam, we got to take your respirator away because someone that's done more for society than told dick jokes is here.
The big problem, Adam, and I don't mean to call you out on this podcast show, whatever the hell it is, but in your scenario, if we carry that out to its logical conclusion, Leonardo DiCaprio still dies.
Okay. You know what? I have to go now because I'm going to need to see a therapist about this.
Yeah. I mean, if we lose Leonardo DiCaprio, show's over. Okay. Free breakfast burritos.
Yes.
Exit City breakfast.
Yes. They're so good.
There's 40 guests who mentioned South.
Not healthy. Not healthy.
What?
They are gluten-free, fat-free, sugar-free, and calorie-free.
Flat. It's all the 4 food groups or 7.
And vegan.
Yeah.
Vegan too.
Vegan friend. So, do you have a vegan? I remember you have a veggie one. Do you have a vegan?
We have
one?
a veggie one. We don't have a vegan one. But if you order the vegan burrito, we will give you a bowl of carrots.
Boom. There you go. It's just tortilla with carrots in it.
Yeah, but don't eat the tortilla. I think there's milk in it. I don't really know. No, we don't have a vegan one. We do want to make a plant-based one at some point. There's just too much going on. But we will try and get there. The burritos are really good. We're excited to open up for if we have dining come in whenever dining comes back, or if I figure out this tent loophole that you guys have now set my brain on. You know, we'll be open for brunch on the weekend. We're gonna do bottomless mimosas for $15. You know, so come get a burrito. I think we're gonna do like an all-you-can-eat burrito day at some point. I'm trying to like figure out like what
do like a man versus food type competition.
That's what we're gonna do to promote the all-you-can-eat burrito thing. You guys will come in. We'll set up a camera and we'll see which one of you guys wins, and that'll be like the targeted goal for people.
Boom.
I'm down.
Okay.
Fun.
So Adam, what in the hypothetical day that COVID does not exist anymore or is no longer such a problem, are you guys going to continue this once the club opens back up?
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, that's the one like thing I try and like I'm excited about because I've had this venue for 10 years that we pay rent for the whole day. We just use it at nighttime.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, whoa, like we can do other things. Like we are capable of these other things. So at this point, if business stays up, then yeah, I'm going to plan on keeping breakfast during the morning. I'm going to keep burgers, during the day and on closed nights or even slow nights. I think that once people can go out in the world, the delivery apps are going to slow down a little bit. Yeah. But it's just an extra source of income, and if I can help give, 4 or 5 more people a job and make a few bucks for myself, like that's great. Why not do that?
Yep.
I think that has been one cool thing with COVID, that it's, for entrepreneurs like yourself and us, it's allowed us to kind of figure out, okay, how can we make this into somewhat of a positive, right?
For sure. And if you can figure it out through this, then on the other side of this, like you're so much better.
Yeah.
That's what we keep telling ourselves, at least, right?
Yeah. That's what I write
every
single night until I spill vodka on it.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for coming on. I think Brandon and I will, if you're up for it, we'll bring over some magnets order for All American. All American does property restoration, repairs, water and fire damage. The DYOJO Podcast pitched in some money, and then my wife, who's a realtor, Home with Kelsey Isaacson, as well as yourself, Grit City Breakfast. So we want to feed some people, try some delicious breakfast burritos. That's not a lie. We've had them. They are very good.
I'm having a burrito with plasma. It's going to be a good day.
Yep.
Pretty sure you can find methadone if you need it. Just don't tell a joke.
Yeah, no jokes.
No stay on the stage. No speakers.
No, save the laughing for Zoom.
Yeah. And let's schedule you guys to come eat all the burritos you can.
Okay, we're down. You got my email, and thank you so much, Adam. Sincerely, we wish you all the best, and please let us know if we can help, because
thanks for having me, guys.
You're a community treasure for sure. Back to the